First off, I love the movie, and I cannot wait to take my son to watch it. Do you think it's fair that both Johnny and Ben have popular catchphrases, but Reed and Sue don't?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I don't know. I was kind of thinking like we should brainstorm some catchphrases right now. It would be very easy for Sue. You could just steal it from John Cena. You know what I mean?
I got one. That's a stretch.
I think Sue probably put a stop to that.
And you could say,
We're like, babe,
no,
please don't.
And you could say, look at me. You could be like, in an argument, you could be like, look at me, and then disappear.
Is that a catchphrase?
And then I say, that's a stretch.
Gag, really.
That's a stretch.
I think it's done. I think you guys nailed it right there.
Sequel coming right up.
Yeah, I can't wait. Now, how do you guys think the family dynamic of the Fantastic Four distinguishes them from other teams like the Avengers or Guardians or the Torettos?
Well, I mean, they seem like they get along a little bit better. The Guardians of the Galaxy, but like a lot of those guys, they're like, I guess I'll be on the ship with you if I have to. You know, they seem kind of thrown together in a way. And they're, like bands of misfits and outcasts and kind of whatever, these sort of like reluctant teams, I think, in some ways. A lot of those guys are really sort of Lone Ranger kind of characters. Whereas this unit is, you take away one of these characters and it's like taking a wheel off of a car. The whole thing kind of doesn't work. They love each other deeply and they've loved each other since long before they had any kind of powers or global responsibility.
In the comics, Reed and Tony Stark have crossed paths a lot. So, they're sometimes allies, sometimes frenemies. So I want to know, what do you think your Reed Richards, would have made of RDJ's Tony Stark?
Oh, gosh. I would have been so perplexed by him. I feel like I wouldn't even have tried to participate at his skill of conversation anyway. And if he was willing to, talk science, then I'd be in heaven. But if he was like, running a room, I'd just sit back and be an audience member, I think.
I love that. Joseph, we just talked to Kevin Feige earlier, and he said that he's like super excited to hopefully one day see like Johnny and Spider-Man on screen together. And so I was just wondering if you and Tom have ever talked about that possibility at all.
No, but I'm down.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. I think Tom Holland is like the best Spider-Man ever. So I would love the opportunity to
that would be
tell a story with him. Yeah,
it'd be the coolest, man. I'd love that. I wanted to know, Evan, could you confirm if the Thing's love of food was indeed a nod to your role in The Bear?
It wasn't really, I think that there was always something to me that seemed so kind of domestic and in the kitchen about the Thing and Ben. I think that like being inside the Baxter Building, being home is the place that he can really find, like the only place that he can relax. And I imagine he spends a lot of time in that kitchen. He's also a pretty big guy. I think he's got an appetite.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly does a Fantastic Four group hug feel like? Because there's a lot of elements at play.
You're talking about in the movie, right? Like there's some heat.
Yeah.
There's some exfoliation.
There's some exactly.
There's like some enveloping kind of.
Oh.
In the film?
And
at the very end?
Oh yeah. About outside.
There's a hug at the very end that was very moving. I thought I could breathe at one point. Yeah, there's a lot of group hugging in space. There's a big group hug. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of touching in this movie.
Yeah.
And we're quite tactile people outside of work as well.
So both physically and emotionally, very touching. Last question for you I wanted to ask is, the film references a ton of Fantastic Four villains. Galactus and Doctor Doom aside, who's a Fantastic Four villain from their comics history that you most want to see in a sequel?
Puppet Master.
Yes, that's a great answer.
Puppet Master is Puppet Master.
It's a cool character.
That's in the world of Fantastic Four?
Yes.
I would also like to see Puppet Master.
I keep on crossing over to the X-Men.
That's okay too if you want to say an X-Men villain. I don't mind.
Oh, I think I've brought up Mystique more times than I've brought up anything in my life.
Mine would be Psycho Man, because he comes in and really whips things up for Sue.
Yeah, Psycho Man.
Psycho Man. And
she likes to always remind me of Psycho Man.
Yeah, but
we'll never know, will we?
Well, yeah. I'll give you some of those editions, babes. You can prepare yourself. And also Mole Man, I want to see again, because we had a really good scene that just couldn't make it into the movie time-wise. But I'm obsessed with that scene, and I'm sure that there's more down the road for him.